Probably you know, but if you don't, check it here. The newest protocols like Thunderbolt and HDMI are putting a lot of effort into minimizing the interface and making it as functional as a sweet pocket knife. But do you remember life without HDMI and USB? That was horrifying. Let's go all the way back to 1952 when Canon invented the D-Subminiature connector. Today the D-Sub, compared to other data connectors, is too big and complex. However, back in the 60s it was one of the smallest connectors to be used in computer systems. The naming system for D-Sub connectors is very simple. D, as a prefix of the series, stands for D-shaped metal shield around it. It is followed by A, B, C, D or E letter, which indicates the shell size like DE9, for RS232 or huge like the 104 pins. As you can guess, the last number indicates the number of pins in the connector. The D-Sub was very popular in game controller ports and communication. In monitors, the blue D-Sub was the one. Video graphic array connector has 15 pins in 3 rows and is using E-shell size. Therefore, the name is DE15. It is also named as DB15, which is incorrect, or DE15HD, which stands for high density and is meant to distinguish between older DE9 video connectors that have only 2 rows of pins. The VGA connector probably survived the longest in the computer world. So, when in 1987 IBM introduced it, it doubled the screen resolution from 250K to 480. The 15 pins carry analog video signals which contain red, green, blue, horizontal sync, vertical sync and VESA DDC data. The VGA connector could support a variety of resolutions up to 2048 by 1536 pixels. However, 2 decades later, a new one appeared, DVI, but about this one we will talk later. One of the problems the pin socket interfaces, and D-Sub might suffer from too, is pin stubbing. When using a pin socket connector, the tip of the connector can catch and break against the socket if it is misaligned. Especially when there are a lot of pins, the chances are it will break. But there is a solution for this. Mini delta ribbon connectors. Using the ribbon-style contacts, the mating reliability during operation is increased and the chances of misaligned contact tip are greatly reduced because the contact is inside the insulator. The MDR system is already for more than 20 years in the market and it has proved itself a good solution for high-density I/O using half-pitch contacts. Moreover, MDR connectors offer a combination of design features such as EMI protection, ITCU-shaped contacts that allow mass termination, and a wide range of pin counts. The contact is stamped from a high-performance copper alloy, which provides an excellent combination of mechanical strength, electrical conductivity, and corrosion resistance. Now we can continue to DVI. Digital Visual Interface was invented to transfer digital video content from a computer to a digital display like an LCD monitor. The DVI can support not only digital but analog signals. It also has different modes such as DVI-A for analog only, DVI-D digital only, or DVI-I for both. Those features gave the DVI advantage over other digital display standards such as plug and display and digital flat panel. DVI-D and DVI-I connectors come in 2 varieties. A single link that can support resolution up to 1920 x 1200 or with additional 6 pins. A dual link that supports up to 2560 by 1600 at 60 Hz. Despite all its advantages, DVI doesn't have the audio channel. So, if you want to hear something instead of only watching, you should use something like this. The RCA is one of the simplest connectors there are on the market, and the pin or a hole is surrounded by a ring. In the beginning, around the 1940s, the purpose of the RCA was only for audio. However, it got adjusted to transmit video content as well. The RCA usually comes as a couple or a trio, with a specific color code. Usually, it's white or black for the left audio channel, red for the right audio channel, and yellow-orange for composite analog video. However, it can also be green, blue and red for component analog video, or extra white and yellow for VGA compatibility. RCA connectors were also called phono connectors, just because they were used to connect a phonograph with a radio for amplification. One of the disadvantages is that hot contact is made prior to the ground because the center pin goes before and you can hear a loud. Another problem is that each signal needs its own plug. So imagine how many you will need to connect audio and video. Therefore, to reduce the number of plugs, SCART and S-video connectors were invented. Like it or not, make sure you subscribe. The next are coming. If you need more information, read the description below and have fun!